Okay, Chef Rob here. Time for Rob's Comfort Food Adventure. A little bit rainy out here, that's why the hood's up. But hey, we're barbecuing anyway because I'm a Saskatchewan boy. I like to barbecue. We are doing bacon wrapped garlic coil, or kielbasa if you like that word. And then for my wife, since she doesn't like garlic coil, we're doing bacon wrapped chicken breast, both of which we're going to finish off with some barbecue sauce at the end. And we'll be back in just a minute, firing up the queue. Alright, for our first item, going a little bit out of the box here, we are doing some garlic coil wrapped in bacon. And what we're going to make is a bacon lattice. So we take our first layer of bacon that we've laid out, and every second strip here, got to flip up the end a little bit so that we can start building our lattice. Then we take our next strip, lay it in, take these, lay them back over. Then the strips that weren't flipped up, we take and we pull them back so that we are getting ready for our next strip of bacon. Okay, now we take our next strip of bacon, making sure we have the rind side going the same direction. Tuck it in and flip these back over, and we're going to be ready for our next piece. And I will come back when we have the lattice done. Okay, we've got our bacon lattice all built here. Sorry about the pause and it taken away, but until I quit being so cheap and get myself a tripod, I got to do a lot of stuff one-handed that at work I would do two-handed. So now we're going to take the garlic coil, lay it on. I'm going to wrap it up in bacon, and I'll be back as soon as I have that done, because once again, this is a two-handed job. Okay, there we go. We are all ready to be taking this out to the barbecue. But first, we're going to go on to the next item that we're doing for supper, which, yeah, this is a bacon day again. So we're going to bacon wrap some chicken breast. Okay, next on the list here is chicken breast that I've cut in half. And we're going to roll those in bacon. And they're going to get done on the barbecue as well. Okay, there we go. We got our bacon wrapped chicken breast, and that's going to be the other item done on the barbecue. I'm going to head outside and fire the big barbecue up, get her preheated, and then we'll be back. Okay, we got our chicken breast onto the flat grill to give it that first sear before we move her over to the flames. And then we will be getting the garlic coil on there. Okay, we got our first sear onto the one side of the chicken breast and bacon wrap. And we're going to let the second side sear up. And then we're going to move her over to the flames, which I've turned this half of the grill down so that it's going to cook at a little bit lower heat, just to make things a little easier to control. Okay, we got our chicken moved over to the flames. We got a nice amount of bacon grease left on there, and that's what we are going to use to get our garlic coil searing. Never done this before, so kind of curious to see how it turns out. Okay, barbecuing in the rain, you got to close that lid probably a little more than you'd like to at times. We've got our chicken set on the low, but as you can see, we're getting a little bit of fire going on. We are going to flip that over. And then we'll be back, and the real challenge is going to come. We got to try to flip that garlic coil over. Once again, I said, never done this before. So this is a new adventure for me. Okay, there is our garlic coil. You know what? I'm going to have to flip her over and come back because this is a two-handed job, and I only got one hand. I got to quit being so cheap and get that tripod for my camera phone. Oh yeah, look at that. We got that nice sear going on that first side of the garlic coil. That is going to be beautiful. My lattice is holding together for never having done it before. I think it's looking like it's going to turn out pretty good. Okay, flip that garlic coil back on. We've got really nice sear going on that bacon. Just about time to move it over to the flame. Chicken's looking good. It's going to be time to move it back to the grill and hit it with the barbecue sauce then. Alright, on to the tricky part for garlic coil. Because of the coil, it's round. So getting the two other sides seared is going to be a job that I can't do on video very easily because of not having a tripod. But this way I'll go like that, then I'm going to flip it over and use the side of the barbecue to brace it up on the grill to get some nice sear going on the backside. Well, that definitely worked easier than planned. Using my good old kitchen spatula to hold the side of the bacon up from the lattice work and get some sear going on that side. But now it is time to take the chicken breast, wrapped in bacon because hey, it's a bacon day, and move it onto the flat grill to finish it off. Then I'm going to hit it with some barbecue sauce because hey, sauce is good. You can use your favorite bottled sauce or homemade, whatever you feel like with it. Okay, there we go. We got our garlic coil moved over to the fire. Finish off the bacon a little bit more. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of rearranging on the chicken breast to make it easier for the old guy. Get them set up. Let me pause and get my barbecue sauce ready, and then we're going to sauce them. Okay, we got a little bit of barbecue sauce on there. Just smear that around a little bit. Oh, you can hear that sear going on. And, oh yeah, I've got some nice fire going on that garlic coil. But again, I've never done this before, so I think it'll turn out nice. What can you go wrong? A meat that's flavored with garlic and bacon. Okay, time to flip these chicken breasts over. Barbecue sauce up the other side. Get some real nice caramelization going on there. Which is just the chefy term for blackening it up a little bit. It's a good way to judge it. Blackened without burning. That's your real trick. Because you burn it, it stays burnt. As you can see by the sizzle on the grill, she's going nice. Back to our garlic coil. Oh yeah, look at that. Looking yummy. Okay, we got the barbecue sauce on the second side, letting that get hot. We're going to close the lid. A little bit more of that heat finish off the garlic coil, which we are going to totally kill that side so that we're just cooking with the heat from the other half of the barbecue. All right, it is time to pull the chicken off to take it inside, because that is smelling incredible. Even had the neighbors coming over when they could hear the barbecue and smell the grilling meat. Because hey, if you're a vegetarian, you're watching the wrong guy. Because you could do this with pretty much anything, like tofu dogs or whatever, but why? That's just sacrilegious and mean to a barbecue. So now I gotta pause her because it's two-handed. Actually, maybe not. I think we can get that over onto the griddle. Yes, we can get it on there one-handed. Now we're going to take some barbecue sauce. And yes, I was just licking barbecue sauce off my fingers. And yeah, try not to show the logos because I don't want to be any brand specific here. But just use whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is. Smear that barbecue sauce on there a little bit. Now we're going to close the lid, let that get going a little bit more. Now just to bring up our heat a touch more, I've fired on the other half of the barbecue again. We're going to take our griddle plate turn it just a little bit sideways, so we're keeping the bacon grease down to the one end that came off the chicken and off the kielbasa. And we're going to close the lid and let that sauce caramelize up. Okay, this is the type of thing you got to watch for. We're getting a little bit too much bacon grease, a little bit too much juice. So we're going to reposition the griddle plate again so that keeps everything flowing to the back. And now you want to listen for this. The searing sound of that barbecue sauce when it hits the other side is it caramelizing and getting all yummy. Doesn't really make a difference for the cooking if you hear it or not. Just an old guy like me, really like that sound. Okay, there we go. We have got the kielbasa all flipped over. Barbecue sauce on there again. Getting that sauce even where the bacon has shrunk away from it. I know for next time, make that bacon last a little bit longer so that I can kind of wrap it around the end and keep everything nice and tight. And now we're going to close the lid and finish that off. Hear that sound? That is the sound of barbecue goodness. Okay, we are looking pretty much done there, but I want a little more on there, so we're going to try a little experiment. Move that back over to the flame, make sure our bacon stays on. Oh yeah, she's starting to go up a little bit there. You can see down in the bottom all my drippings are starting to catch fire. You got to be careful for that. Watch your barbecue close, don't walk away from it, fire hazard and all that stuff. Okay, we are looking good. It is time to take this inside, cut it up, make some sandwiches, have some supper. Gonna take the chicken and make some kind of a chicken bacon sandwich for the wife since she's not a garlic coil person. Remember, good food don't go out of style. Have fun with it, be adventurous, try new things. I've been at this for longer than dirt and I'm still trying new things.